Hello everyone, I Assistant Professor Pragati Shetty from Department of Microbiology, KG Somaya College. In this online lecture, we will continue our topic, the plant disease control methods. So in that, we were started with the integrated pest management. So in the last online lecture, we studied the what are the pest, then what harm causes due to the pest or the pathogens insect, then we studied what is the principle and what are the goals of this integrated pest management method. Then we have saw what are the steps or how we should proceed if we are carrying out the integrated pest management program. Now in that we studied first two steps, that is the identification and the inspection and the preventive actions. So the third step in the integrated pest management program will be identification. Now we have inspected the place, right? Now we know where the pathogen are getting entered, okay, and which are the conditions that promote their growth. And then after that we take the preventive actions, okay, either by exclusion criteria, then either by structural maintenance or maintaining a very good sanitation and the housekeeping practices. So now third step, it should be the identification, okay. Now we have to identify the pest or the pathogen, that which type of pest is causing the harm, okay, so that they can be eliminated more efficiently. Now we have to make sure that the pest control provider undergoes rigorous training in the pest identification and the behavior, okay. So that's why, so thereafter we can able to differentiate which type of the species is present in our field or in the plant, okay, and accordingly we have to then administer the respective pesticides or any else option, the eco-friendly method, to remove that pest or to kill them, to kill that organisms or the insects. So now we have identified that who causing this problem or this harm to the disease or to the plants. Now fourth step will be the analyzation, okay, analysis. Now first, once we have properly identified the pest, now we need to figure out why the pest is in our facility. So we have to analyze that, okay. We have to analyze such conditions, that conditions are promoting or that things are promoting the entry of that pest or that are taking the pest within themselves, right. So first, the foremost possibility is for the food debris. From that the pest can enter, right. The second, outdoors, that can come from outsiders. Third is the inlets, and the fourth is the moisture accumulation. Maximum pathogens or the microorganisms can very well be present in the moisture containing areas, okay. So these are the possible areas for the analysis, okay. Now we identified, now we analyzed. Then fifth step in the integrated pest management program will be treatment selection, okay. So now, since we know now which species or which pathogen is present, okay, and we also identified by which route it is coming, now we have to plan or now we have to select that which treatment we want to opt, okay, such as the biological method or chemical methods, okay. So now you can see this lines, use the right treatments in the right places at only as much as you need to get the job done, because excessive use of these chemicals or the pesticides can harm our plants, our products also, okay. Then we should not let that happen, and therefore we should use this methods or this treatment only wherever it is needed, okay. Then IPM stresses the use of non-chemical control methods such as the exclusion criteria, okay, that we have studied in the last online lecture. We have to just exclude, we have to remove that places or that entry points, and it is the most simple route by eliminating the presence of that pathogens or the pest, or trapping them before the chemical options. So we should not opt for the chemical options on the first use only. Okay, the prioritized methods for the IPM, it should be the non-chemical methods. Okay, so we should opt for that first, and then if that are not carrying out the desired results or desired function, then we can opt for the chemical methods. Then when other controls have been failed or are inappropriate for the present situation, then the chemicals can be used in the least volatile formulation in targeted areas to treat the specific pest. And if we are using, even if the chemicals are using, that also we have to use in a least volatile formulation so that our plants should not get harmed. Okay, then step 6th will be the monitoring. Now we have done with the every step, right? Now we have inspected the portion, okay, where we want to control the pest. Then after inspection we have taken the preventive action. After that we have identified the pest, we have analyzed the sources or the entry points, then we treated the pest with the proper treatment. Okay, after the treatment, now we have to monitor that this much procedure or this much protocol that we are following since so many time, that is becoming successful or not. So for that we have to monitor the whole area, right? We have to compare the previous result and the our now results after the integration of the IPM. Now we have to constantly monitoring the facility for the pest activity, okay, facility and the operational changes. Then staff, the people who are coming under the IPM, needs to be the daily eyes and ears on the IPM program. Okay, then employees should be aware of the sanitation issues that affect the program and should report any signs of the pest activity. So that is the properties of the monitoring, right? We have to monitor that area with very much care and we have to monitor it constantly. Okay, after monitoring, after the everything is done with the IPM program, now what we have to do, the last step, that is we have to document our work. Okay, we have to document our result, which is the most important method. Okay, so in the documentation, from the start point, from the inspection, from the treatment we have chosen for this program, we have to note it down the each step. Okay, in the documentation, the up-to-date pest control documentation is one of the first signs to an auditor that the facility takes the pest control seriously, right? So it is the foremost proof, okay, it is the main proof that we have been carried out this IPM in our field. Okay, and due to this IPM we have reduced the pest numbers and we have increased the quality of our plants and the crops. For these things we should have some handwritten proof, and therefore the documentation portion and the documentation work needs to be done very properly and very carefully. So important documents in this will include a scope of service, okay, then the pest activity reports, service reports, corrective action reports, trap layout maps, list of approved pesticides, pesticide usage reports, and the applicator license. This much documents should be present in our documentation report. Okay, so this is the last step in the IPM program. In this online lecture we have studied the next 4 to 5 steps, including identification, analysis, treatment selection, okay, then treatment selection, then the monitoring, and then documentation. This completes the IPM, which is the first method, one way. Okay, for controlling the plant disease. I hope you understood this online lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this, please ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching.